Oh yeah, I don't think this thing needs much of an introduction because as you can see, it's a carbon fibered body track car. This is a Spartan developed in Australia and imported by the team at Le Mans Coupes. And I think it might just be the fastest thing we've ever timed at Rockingham. Let's find out.
Wow. Let me just calm down a bit and tell you what this car is about before I really gun it. Right, so as I mentioned, this is an Australian built, designed and developed track car made by a company called Spartan Motor Company. Clearly they are nutters and clearly they love motorsport because this thing is inspired by Can-Am racing cars of the 60s. It looks like one. It's got beautiful carbon fiber bodywork, which is just glinting in the sunlight today at Rockingham. And then of course, we have an engine in the middle of it right here. This is a supercharged Honda 2.4 litre 4-cylinder engine, rolling roaded to about 460 horsepower. And in this 700 kilograms car, well, I haven't done the maths, but I'm told that gives it something equivalent to a LaFerrari in terms of power to weight. I mean, 650 horsepower per ton, I think someone said, which is just bonkers, really. And doesn't it feel it? I mean, we've got the most amazing suspension setup on this car. It uses Trick high-tech damping. A company called Tractive supply and made the suspension. It's been set up specifically for this car. So it's got a G monitor in the car, which can then tell your lean angle, your pitch, your roll, everything. And then it tells the suspension what to do based on that to maximize performance through the corners. It can also soften the car if it feels like the car is slipping. If it feels, for example, like the rear is struggling to put the power down. Let's see how it does on exit here. Woo! Wow! Oh my god, I need to just calm down a bit. That is a rush of adrenaline to the head in one go. Blimey! Woo! Yeah, so it's quick. It will do 0 to 62 miles per hour in about 2.5 seconds. And I think it will do 60 to 100 in probably about the same. It feels it anyway. That's insanely quick. So I think we could set a new lap record at Rockingham. Not just for road cars. And by the way, this is road legal. It actually has number plates on the back. Thanks to Le Mans Coupe, they've put this through all the relevant tests. And it is relatively docile at low speed. I mean, I'm driving around now at about 40 miles per hour. The steering feel is still amazing. My fingertips are alive with the sensation of the surface below. Then I've got this Honda 6-speed gearbox, recognizable from all Hondas that run manual gearboxes. And of course it feels lovely, but naturally Spartan has done work to it. Linkages, everything, basically everything in between has been tweaked, not only to suit this package, but also to maximize driver engagement. And well, yeah, I feel pretty engaged. And I mean, firstly, the exposed linkages as well. I keep wanting to look down and see what's happening because it's absolutely stunning. I mean, it's very mechanical. They've not tried to make it a work of art, but by doing that, it kind of is a work of art. It's genuine and it's motorsport, and I love that. What else is there to talk about? Well, AP racing brakes. I've only really hit the brakes hard a couple of times so far, but once they're up to temperature, they stop this thing spectacularly. And with that pitch and roll under control, thanks to that suspension technology, well, the car doesn't really nosedive too much, so you really feel the rear's working hard to slow you down as well. And you can adjust the brake bias. Any of us who remember watching Michael Schumacher back in the day in the early 2000s, coming into a corner and pushing his brake lever adjustment forward and back. Well, I can do that with a twist of a knob on my right down here. I've left it in the standard setup, which is slightly front bias, but I'm told if I'm feeling a bit more confident, I can pull it back towards the rear. We'll see how I feel after a few practice laps. So, it wants to push slightly. They've set the car up to make it a bit safer for me because I'm new to the car, of course. So if I go into a corner and I just coast in, it just gives me a very gentle amount of push. I mean, it changes direction incredibly well, but there is a slight amount of push to the front for my safety for today. I can obviously adjust it to be a bit more tail happy. But what's most interesting is if I go into a corner with a trailed brake, it's up on its tippy toes. Despite being really hunkered down, it delivers the power into the surface of the track so nicely. I need to chase the throttle earlier. I need to build up my confidence. And that partly, I think, is to do with the fact this car doesn't just have aero so that it can generate hundreds of kilograms of downforce but it's also got ground effect under the car. That's like a Formula 1 car. It's so cool. Right, let's do it. Let's see how quickly this thing can go against the stopwatch. Wish me luck.
Wow, we've done it. We've not just set a new leaderboard record, we've set a new lap time record for this track, the National Circuit at Rockingham, because this Spartan is extremely fast. I'm not surprised, but I'm also quite relieved because this morning when we were practicing, we actually set a very close time. In fact, it was 400 slower. So our run in the afternoon, the wind picked up. It's so windy right now. So the balance changed completely and I was quite scared out there. In fact, I had a bit of a moment on the grass when I was building up to my time. But thankfully, the car shone and I managed to get relatively close to its limits, although I don't doubt there are quite a few more tenths in this machine. It is unbelievable everywhere and it rotates into corner entry. It's got phenomenal traction and it's tremendous on the brakes. What a machine. I could talk all day and afternoon about this and I will do, but for this video, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it an end. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button because we will be back here very soon. And in fact, the guys at Le Mans Coupes have promised us that we can have a go in one of their other single-seater machines. And that thing has massive wings as well. So I think we've got more fast lap times to come very, very soon.